can. She wonders, will it always be this way? She wonders, when will it change? He goes to school hungry, and it's always that way. There's nothing to eat for breakfast today. He wonders, will it always be this way? He wonders, when will it change? They need a hope and something more to eat. They need our help, this challenge to beat. Oh, when will it change to the way it should be? This isn't the way it should be. And one day she'll go to bed, not worry about tomorrow. One day he'll go to school, not worry about his food. And one day their hope will be found. And one day their hope will be found. He goes to school hungry, and it's always that way. There's nothing to eat for breakfast today.
Hi, you may know me as a 6-time medalist in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. What you might not know about me is that for 2 difficult years I battled depression. 1 in 5 Canadians is affected by mental illness, and many will not get the help they need because they're afraid to talk about it, and this has to change. So on February 9th, let's talk.
Bed feels warmer, sleeping here.
Hi, I'm Don King. I'm an artist. I'm 40 years old. I have 2 diagnoses. One is ADD, and I'm also bipolar.
You know I dream in color.
Yeah. And bipolar, if you don't know, you have a series of highs, which are called manic episodes, and you have a series of lows.
And do the things I want. You think you got the best of me.
ADD is a often overly diagnosed, I think, illness, disorder, learning disorder, and ADHD. People think it's only a few factors, like hyperactivity. Well, hyperactivity is not necessarily part of it because there is ADD. Also, as you get older, even if you're ADHD, you do start to slow down in your movements and that sort of stuff. But the attention span thing has benefits to it as well as negatives. Like if I'm talking to you and I'm not medicated and I'm talking to you, my mind will like wander off, and then you'll have to say something to get it to come back to you, that sort of thing. But the benefit too is that I'm paying attention to virtually everything that's going on in the whole room.
Think you've had the last laugh.
Art helps me for a number of reasons. Gives me something to keep my mind on and stay positive about, right? It shows me that I'm worthwhile, you know, that a lot of people with mental illness don't often get stigmatized and don't feel as valued as everybody else. So that shows me that I'm a valuable person. When people like my art, I feel good that I'm contributing to other people's lives and stuff, and that it hangs in their house or something like that. And you know, it brings in a little bit of revenue, which is kind of nice.
You think that everything good is gone. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, in darkness still inside you make you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. crazy. You've taken all you can bear. You call me up because you know I'll be.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you can lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away on the road. You got no destination in the mind. In the maze of her imagination, your love is down. Even if that doesn't ring true, you've been all over, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day. So let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Teach me, I know I'm not a hopeless case. See the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the bedroom fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. And see the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It was a beautiful day. So let it get away. Beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Release me. I know I'm not a hopeless case. What you don't have, you don't need it now. What you don't know, you can feel it somehow. What you don't have, you don't need it now. Don't need it now. It was a beautiful day.
The world is changing.
Ice caps are melting and animals are dying.
So go solar and tell everybody around you to go solar too.
Thank you again for watching our video, and once more,
Go solar!
What is your message to Kingston concerning this issue?
Well, my message would be to all the residents of Kingston that it again is our collective responsibility to try to end child poverty, and I would encourage people to get out and get involved in the community, get involved in charitable organizations that support children in poverty situations of poverty. We have so many programs in this city that are basically volunteer run, from some of the stuff that I talked about with Pro Kids to the music lending library to the social programs that the city of Kingston puts on. And there's so much that can be done, but at the same time we need a lot of volunteers and a lot of funds, a lot of money from through donations in order to help the program move along, the different programs move along. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to support them.
It's pretty steady.
Yeah.
The numbers have gone up a little bit in the last few years because we added the teenagers that we didn't have before. But it's been pretty steady since this is my 9th year. So I've been keeping track since 2003, and it really hasn't changed a lot as far as the need goes. There are a lot of families that we see that are in the system that have been there since I've started. So I don't know whether it's cyclical and they get in there and there's no jobs for them, they can't get a way out, or if they get, some people get unfortunately comfortable with it and that's just what they know. So we see a lot of little guys and girls that need a lot of help in a lot of ways. So
has the need of coming to the food bank increased since it started?
Oh golly, yeah. Yeah, the food bank started in '84 and it started in a closet of a church. And so now you can see it's quite a bit bigger. I can tell you that the need has increased in the last 2 years by around 20%. Our numbers are up about 20%. It might be 18, it might be 22, but it's around 20. So yeah, so the need is increasing. And one of the things that I'm noticing, I'm the warehouse manager, but I also do intake and stuff like that. And one of the things I'm noticing is that when I first started here, the majority of the people who came here didn't have a job, and I'm noticing a lot of the newer people that are coming have full-time jobs. 2 of them, maybe their wife and themselves are working, and they still have to use the food bank. So I don't think it's just Kingston, but one of the reasons it's the economy. There are no jobs, basically. I hate to say that. A lot of people think that the people who use the food bank it's because they're lazy or they've done something incorrectly. That's not what it is. It's just the economy, right? It's just not great. Yeah. So I think that's the reason that more people are using the food bank. There aren't as many jobs out there. Everything's going up in cost, like everything. My hydro, the cost per kilowatt hour is going up. My mortgage, well, it didn't go up, thank God. But if I had rented, my rent would go up. The cost for heating has gone up. So everything's going up, and what people are finding is their pay isn't going up. So if your pay doesn't go up and everything else goes up, you end up in a situation where you really need to go to a food bank, unfortunately.
How many people on an average come in per day?
the average is 140 for the afternoon meals and about 50 for the lunch. So
How
just
many
under 200
people, how many of these people that come in are children?
There are families that are coming in. We're seeing more of it. It's a low percentage right now. I know more people need to come in, but they're not here at this point. So I would say if we had 140 people for the evening meal, probably 5 are youth. So it's a low number, but I'm happy to see them because I know that we can help.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest factor contributing to child poverty and poverty in Kingston?
Jobs. There is no jobs. The economy is so bad now. I mean, really, a lot of us are one paycheck away from being on the poor side. So we need to create more jobs.
A large part of my project is creating awareness about child poverty and poverty in Kingston. What would your message to this subject be?
Let me think about that one. Well, poverty is a big issue in Kingston. you know, and I think they've got to do something. Even minimum wage is not enough for people to live on. You know, you get the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And unfortunately, a lot of these people, they're not getting ahead because they get their paychecks and then everything else goes up, but the paychecks are not going up. So it's like the middle class are really suffering. It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
And I don't see it getting any better in the future, which is sad, really.
Jumpstart basically helps kids that cannot afford, due to financial reasons, to participate in physical activities, anything from rock climbing to hockey, soccer, and so forth. Doesn't specifically have to be an organized sport. It's something that helps kids that qualify to get active, basically.
Topped with a fresh foot of snow, like thick vanilla icing topping a cupcake. The trees are virtually bare except for the glistening sticks of ice hanging down from the branches. Strings of colored lights wind around houses, lighting them with dim glows. The pitch-black sky envelops the whole scene, not taking away from its beauty. I would love the wintry weather if I weren't stuck out in it all the time. I am standing on a corner, leaning against the graffiti-covered wall of a convenience store. My feet dig into the otherwise undisturbed snow, making a satisfying crunch. A sudden gust makes me shiver. It's not all that cold, but my jacket is worn and frayed, threads dangling from it, and a good-sized hole is forming near the bottom. I make a mental note to ask Mom for a new winter coat, and then I remember she can't afford it. I finger my fraying jacket and stare down at the weeds poking out of the snow. They look like skinny fingers clawing their way out of a pit of poverty. Suddenly, clumps of snow fly onto my ratty jeans, and a maniacal laugh rents the air. I glance up and see not a monster, but my younger sister Allie flinging herself through the air. She tackles me, and we both go down in a tangle of arms and legs. Though being homeless has sapped my energy, it hasn't done the same for Allie's. I get up and with a couple of quick flicks brush the snow from my jeans and my stinging eyes. Allie's still clutching my jacket, as if letting go would mean falling to her death. Come on, Rachel. Mom found a shelter for us. Let's go. Can't I just stay here a little bit longer, I snap. I need some time to myself. Please, Allie begs, her fist closing around a handful of my jacket. It's cold. I look into her eyes, blue as the sea, and for the first time see the sadness in them. She may act the same as before, but losing her home has affected her just as much as everyone else. My heart softens suddenly. Oh, all right. Allie leads me down one snowy block after another. In some houses, Christmas trees have already been put up, way down with lights and ornaments. They seem to be laughing at us, like, ha, we have a warm place to stay and you don't. The funny, well, not really funny, thing is, just a year ago, we were the ones showing off a decorated Christmas tree in the corner of our home. We were the happy, content ones. We owned a respectable two-story house on a little cul-de-sac just off Oak Street. Me, Allie, and our older brother Josh had our own rooms and almost everything we needed or wanted. We went to a public school just a few minutes away from our home. I had a lot of friends, got good grades, and played soccer and basketball. My biggest troubles were too much homework and not being allowed to have a cell phone. Life was almost perfect until the fighting started. I don't know what fueled the tension between my parents, but suddenly they started picking on each other for just about everything. From my dad coming home from work late, to my mom buying too cheap a birthday gift for my dad. The fights were loud and violent, with broken dishes and rough slaps. After a larger fight, they wouldn't speak to each other for days, communicating only with sharp glares. They seemed to think that the constant unfriendly air didn't affect us kids at all.
I'm Kate. I'm Ashley. And this is our Challenge for Change project. This is a documentary about local and organic food. We will show you that you can feed your families by buying from local farms. Here are some of the benefits.
Benefits of eating locally. You know who grew and raised your food, you support your local community, you reduce your carbon footprint, and it is healthier.
You can eat here.
In the growing season, we a lot of the stuff in the kitchen is from our own gardens. We do raise a bunch of pigs, scraps from the kitchen and scraps from the garden, and they show up in our menu as well. But everything else that we don't produce ourselves, we try and know the person that grows it, and we get it as local as we can. We make our own bread and buns and everything. I have a couple of freezers filled with one with our pork and one with beef that is grown in Inverary. And then these sweet potatoes here were grown in Odessa. We use a lot of sweet potatoes. These tomatoes were grown in Glenburnie at Sun Harvest there. The restaurant's actually the last piece of the whole puzzle that we do, and we basically started as just a farm. Well, I'm really supportive of the organic food movement for sure, and we grow everything organically. As to whether you should go to Argentina and get certified organic or get the apples down the road that are not organic, that's a question for different, that's the subtle question, and I think at that point I feel like the apples down the road are a better choice, but I would encourage the apples down the road to be grown as organically and as chemical-free as possible. So we kind of try and find that line, and we try and offer both to our customers. How important a healthy, good food source is, and you should know where it comes from.
Well, Sun Harvest Greenhouses started about 10 years ago as a hydroponic greenhouse where we grow vegetable crops, hydroponic tomatoes, English seedless cucumbers, and lettuce. And what hydroponic means is that it's growing plants in the absence of soil. So it's a system that uses quite a bit of modern technology and produces a great product that is pesticide-free. Well, when we started Sun Harvest Greenhouses about 10 years ago, our whole reason for starting this business was that A, I have a passion for growing, and I grew up as a farmer's daughter and always wanted to make farming my career. And I wanted to show people that you can grow nutritious food locally to feed your families, in this case, in the Kingston area, and that you can grow nutritious food in a way that is safe for families to eat.
Okay, so we're a family farm. We started in 2000. There's myself, my wife, and we have 4 children, 3 boys and a girl. And we primarily raise grass-fed organic Black Angus beef. All our beef is essentially direct marketed. We go directly from us to the consumer. We do market some of our beef in a couple of local stores. For example, there's Desert Lake Gardens or Mill Street Cafe in Sydenham. They carry our beef. There's Baronson's in Kingston. They carry our beef. There's Terra Foods. They carry our beef, and sometimes a Wendy's Mobile Market. So, because we're coming into winter now, we've moved them into the yard here. It's a bit muddy because of the rain we've had, but they're all fed silage or baleage, which is grass that's baled green, and it's wrapped in those white wraps you see out in the fields.
Basically, our goal is to produce a local, healthy product that we can deliver to our local community. We're taking milk right from our farm, just down the driveway, so it's less than 1 food mile created. And then there's the organic aspect of our farm, and that's one of the main things that helps us be environmentally friendly on our farm. We don't use any pesticides or herbicides, and no antibiotics or growth hormones are used on our animals. All our products in the freezers that are available for sale, and then in here the milk will pull up and dump their milk into a large tank back there.
It's all local. We actually, some of it is from my parents' farm and from our farm as well. And it's also from, we work with 70 other local producers. What I think people need to know is that if they start supporting local food and buying local food, that they're helping out build the community of farmers.
Special thanks to Desert Lake Gardens, Sun Harvest Greenhouses, Sugar Hill Farm, Limestone Stables, and Wendy's Country Market. Thanks for watching! Please support a local farmer whenever you can.
brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
I've disappeared, oh, I'm almost gone, never to be seen again, nowhere to return to every past a death. And where is my haven? It's not mine anymore. Every rumble of my stomach minds me of prey I lost. Out in the cold on my own, what defines you as better is not always true. If you could see what I see, you'd understand too. We all are dying. What makes you strong makes us weak. If only you could help us, like how the strong defends the meek. In every breeze through the forest, I hear tales told of a time the trees were endless, of a time it was everywhere, and the tyrants did not roam. Looking about now, it seems impossible to believe, 'cause there's almost no wood left. What defines you as better is not always true. If you could see what I see, you'd understand too. We all are dying. What makes you strong makes us weak. If only you could help us, like how the strong defends the meek. I don't know where I'm headed now.
on the TV, it's everywhere that I go. Children are crying, soldiers are dying, some people don't have a home. But I know there's sunshine behind that rain, I know there's good times behind that pain. Hey, can you tell me how I can make a change? I close my eyes and I can see a better day. I close my eyes and pray. I close my eyes and I can see a better day. I close my eyes.
How do you feel about children in poverty during the Christmas season?
Sad. It's unfortunate that they don't get presents in the time of giving.
Do you believe that just one kid can make a difference and give kids a merrier Christmas?
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely possible for kids to listen.
Do you believe it is the parents' fault that they are in poverty?
No.
How do you feel about children in poverty during Christmas season?
I feel bad because they do not get gifts. Even though it is not the true meaning of Christmas, they still deserve it.
Do you believe that just one kid can make a difference and give kids a merrier Christmas?
Yes, I do, because if you believe in something, you can do it.
Do you believe it's the parents' fault they are in poverty?
No, because there are many causes of poverty.
Good. Now, I know you're involved tonight with the downtown shopping party as well, and you've been involved with a Challenge for Change. First of all, why don't you just explain what that is?
Well, Challenge for Change is where each student in the challenge program chooses a local or global issue that they feel they can make an impact on.
Okay, so explain then what you're going to be doing tonight at the downtown shopping party.
Tonight I'll be dressed as an elf, collecting toys, preferably new, to donate to the Salvation Army.
You sound very enthused about dressing up like an elf.
Yep.
The contractor this floor ruined the batteries. Oh well, I don't care.
expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes. took the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catching her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she flies. And dream of paradise, paradise, paradise. Oh, she dreamed of paradise, paradise, paradise.
Hi, my name is Brielle LeBlanc and I'm a grade 7 student at Odessa Public School in the Challenge program. I decided to do my project on how music can positively affect people with Alzheimer's disease. Music therapy is the belief that through music, whether it's singing or the radio, we can improve the quality of life of people with Alzheimer's.
So what effect do you think music has on Alzheimer's and dementia patients?
Well, I must say that it's the most positive experience for the residents, especially we have 32 people who live in our dementia care unit, and I know that one of the most positive programs for them is music programs, and they love hymn sings, they love sing-alongs, they love when people come in and entertain, and you'll always see them actually reacting to the music and reacting so positively, and so we really encourage music programs for all of our residents, but especially those who are living with dementia.
When it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor falls, the major left, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Can you picture heaven? No angels singing, quiet Sunday morning, no church bells ringing. If you watch as the heart of a child breaks into.
Well, it's not hard to get into volunteering. I just called the nursing home and spoke to the coordinator, and she was really happy to hear from me, and I think it was because I'm younger and they don't get a lot of younger people helping, which I think they should. And I think it was just a really nice experience for both myself and for the residents that I was singing to.
It is such a good experience, and the residents love young people. They love being around them, and I think especially with you just doing your music program for them and sharing your talents, it's just been awesome, and just to see everybody's faces, and I think you saw their faces too, and how happy and enlightened you made them, so thank you so much, and thank you for coming to our home today.
As Alzheimer's disease progresses, the smaller problems turn into bigger problems. For example, I can't find my keys or I can't find my bank card, but then soon enough it comes to, where am I driving? Or what's my name? That's how serious Alzheimer's can be. My grandfather was a hardworking man, and he was always full of life, and he really helped me kind of just grow, and he was always there. He loved music, and he was he played like the mandolin and the violin, the guitar, and he just but when he got Alzheimer's, he kind of lost it because he couldn't communicate anymore, and then that was kind of something we shared together.
Flag on that marble arch now. Love is not a victory march, it's a call and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So for everyone who's watching this, just remember, it's really easy to get into volunteering, and I guarantee it will be extremely rewarding. So don't be afraid to get involved. Let's be the change.
Well, there was a time when you let me know what's really going on below. Now you never show that to me, do ya? Remember when I moved in you and the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
It seems like only yesterday you sang to me on your guitar. You touched my heart and eased my sorrow, called me angel, you were my hero. Where have those days gone? Will you dance with me again? Help me look for rainbows, make castles in the sand. Where is your laughter? It always made me smile. I long to hear it in the house. It's been a lonely while. I want to be your music, so you can dance like way back then. I want to be your voice, so you'll be heard again. I want to be your strength, 'cause I remember when you see, you were always there. You were always there for me. Numbness overwhelms you. Your sunshine became rain. How can I reach into your heart and take away the pain? I want want to be your music, so you can dance like way back then. I want to be your voice, so you'll be heard again. I want to be your strength, 'cause I remember when you see, you were always there. Always there for me. Deep down inside of me, I begged you to stay. Yet wider the distance grew every day, and you just slipped away. I want to be your music, so you can dance like way back then. I want to be your voice, so you'll be heard again. I want to be your strength, 'cause I remember when you see, you were always there. Always there for me. I want to be your music, so you can dance like way back then. I want to be your voice, so you'll be heard again. I want to be your strength, 'cause I remember when you see,